Good afternoon, evening, everyone. This is Rooftop Sports, and here I am back for some Mariners baseball. And must I say, what a disastrous series it was against the Chicago White Sox. After winning the series against Atlanta, it seems that the Mariners are back on the drawing board, going up against losing the series to Chicago when that series, they really had that game won on Sunday, but then Mariners offense was absolutely atrocious. And then Dan Wilson yanking Logan Gilbert after just 87 pitches could have easily gone one more inning. So that way you could have saved one of the bullpen arms. And then you end up, and then Jose Ferrer nearly imploded the game. And then after that, then you had Eduardo Bizarro also imploding the game himself. But now the Mariners are going to be in Houston for a key 4-game series against the Houston Astros. And I know that the Astros are tied for last in the AL West, but I still don't think this is going to be a walk in the park. And don't get me wrong, too. The Astros can still score. They still have very talented offense. Like, the offense is run by Yordan Alvarez, Jose Altuve, Isaac Paredes, Christian Walker. And they're still solid contributors of Cam Smith-ish. So this is not going to be a walk in the park. It is not going to be easy. Now let's go over the starting lineups for the Seattle Mariners first. First we got Brendan Donovan. Then we got Julio Rodriguez, Josh Naylor, Cal Raleigh, Randy Arozarena, Luke Raley, J.P. Crawford, Dom Canzone, and Cole Young. Then for Houston, we got Jose Altuve, Yordan Alvarez, Isaac Paredes, Christian Walker. I believe this is Zach Cole. It is Zach Cole. He's going to play left field. Cam Smith, Brees Matthews, Braden Schumacher, and Christian Vasquez, the catcher. So it's still going to be a huge task ahead of them. Now, the pitchers for the Mariners, it's going to be George Kirby, who's off to a pretty solid start. He is 4-2 with a 2.94 ERA. The Furious George going up against Peter Lambert, who is actually on my fantasy baseball team. I expect him to do damage against this Mariners offense, where they have been absolutely embarrassing. So we shall see how it goes. And before we get going back, here's a word from our sponsors. We've got Sahara Pizza, Snoqualmie Mexican Food Truck. Also, good news too is I'm feeling a lot better than I was yesterday and 2 days ago. Still a little bit of sniffles there, but it's whatever. I can handle it. And the only time I really cough is if I'm trying to take a nap, because that's when my throat just gets really, really dry. So it's just very prone to coughing. Yeah, so as long as I'm not drinking fluids, I'm just going to be subject to coughing so much. It looks like we're about to get started with this Seattle Mariners game against the Houston Astros. Looks like the game's going to be starting in just about now. Mariners are at 19-22. Astros are at 16-25. If you think about it, crazy. The Astros can easily catch up to the Mariners if they sweep the Mariners. Last series against the Astros, Julio played well, batted .412 with 3 extra base hits and 3 RBIs. Mariners did sweep the Astros, and Mariners have to do it again. Now, this first pitch is brought to you by SeatGeek, and that's going to be in there for a strike. We are underway here in Houston. Peter Lambert's the starter. It's off to a pretty decent start, 2-2 with a 2.42 ER right now. The pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball diving stop. Paredes throw to first. That's going to be in time, and that is going to be the first out of the game. Happy Monday, Daniel Barry Sports Highlights, indeed. Pitching arsenal for Peter Lambert. He's got a four-seam fastball, changeup, slider, cutter, slurve, and sinker. He's got a lot of good stuff. And he should have no problem doing against this struggling Mariners offense. Next is Julio Rodriguez, the pitch. Now here's going to be a fly ball to deep left field. And that is, if that's fair, that's got to be gone. And that is fouled. Yep, he's going to strike out after that because usually when the Mariners hit a foul ball when it's nearly a home run, usually that's when they strike out. Wonder what's the Mariners' batting average when... Yep, it was just foul, unfortunately. That may devastate his confidence. Now the pitch. And a swing and a miss. And that's when, that's when he panics and he tries to overcompensate for it. Now we're at 0-2. Now the pitch. And there's going to be a ground ball, and that's going to be a foul ball. Now we're at 0-2. Now the pitch. Low for a ball. That's going to be 1-2. Julio has 8 doubles and 6 home runs this season. Now we're at 1-2. Now the 1-2 pitch. And now here's going to be a fly ball, possibly blooper. And of course they make a sliding catch. Mariners are really good at hitting into amazing diving, sliding catches, aren't they? Cam Smith making the catch, and that's going to be 2 outs already. Now we got Josh Naylor batting .255. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that's going to be strike 1. Now we're at 0-1. Now the pitch. It's going to be low for a ball, 1-1. Now the 1-1. That's going to be outside for a ball. Now we're at 2-1 for Naylor. Now the pitch. And that's going to be popped up, and that is going to do it for this inning. Center fielder's there, and he makes the catch, and that is an easy 1-2-3 inning for the Houston Astros. Now we've got the Astros coming up with Jose Altuve, Yordan Alvarez, and Isaac Paredes. We will be back after this timeout.
We're making half pineapple, half tiki with barbecue chicken. You put the garlic. Put the pineapple on the whole pizza. Remember, they want half pineapple, and the one is going to be tiki. Tiki with pineapple, garlic, feta cheese, artichoke hearts, and the chicken. And we're gonna spread some barbecue on top. ready. Put it on top, man. Let it run.
Hello, baseball fans. I'm excited to announce that we are still offering 50% off pizza and 25% off bowling Monday and Tuesdays. Head on over to Snoqualmie Sahara Pizza. This deal will go through May.
I am back. And we are back after the break. Got Jose Altuve, Yordan Alvarez, and Isaac Paredes. You would think that one of them is bound to hit a home run because Mariners are prone to give up that oopsie accidental hit. Now we got George Kirby on the mound. 4-2 with a 2.94 ERA. And he'll be going up against Jose Altuve. Now here's the pitch. That's going to be up high for a ball. Altuve has 3 home runs, 9 RBIs, batting .243. So actually a pretty comparatively slow start. Now the pitch. Now here's going to be a liner, and that is going to be a base hit. And that is pretty much a good indication that this could be another long game for the Mariners, just like it was in that entire weekend against Chicago. I am already nervous. Now the pitch to Yordan Alvarez. That's going to be low for a ball. He's a career 3 for 17 against George Kirby, batting .176, but that may change. You never know. Now the pitch. That's going to be popped up and fouled. Yordan Alvarez has been known to be a Mariner killer for a very long time. He's off to a great start. When he plays against the Mariners, he does feast on them. He bats .313 with 17 home runs and 62 RBIs. It's now a 1-1 count. And now the pitch. Way inside for a ball. Now it's at 2-1. Now the pitch. And it's going to be popped up and fouled again. It's going to be strike 2. It's still 2-2. Now the pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball. Could be double play ball. Go to second and then go to first. And that's going to be in time for the double play. Well fielded by Cole Young. And now there's 2 outs on the Astros. Beautifully fielded by Cole Young. Double trouble. George Kirby is the best pitcher to pitch into double plays. Now the pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball, and that is going to be a foul ball. Diving effort by Brendan Donovan. Now we're at 0-1. And that's going to be a ball. It's going to be 1-1. Now it's still 1-1. Now the pitch. That's going to be popped up and fouled. As we're at 1-2 for Isaac Paredes. Now the pitch. And that's going to be a fly ball to deep right field. This could be trouble. Actually, that's going to be a foul ball. Never mind. Now it's going to be 1-2. Now the 1-2 pitch. Now here's going to be a line drive, and that is going to be a base hit. And once again, the Astros are still continuing to put pressure on the Mariners. Now here's Christian Walker up to the plate. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a strike. Now it's Christian Walker's batting .282, an improvement from last season. He has 9 homers this season. The pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. Now we're at 0-2. Now the pitch. It's going to be low for a ball, 1-2. As now we're at 1-2. Now here's the pitch. And a swing and a miss, strike 3, and that's going to retire the side. We'll be back after these messages.
We're making half pineapple, half tiki tiki with barbecue chicken. You put the garlic. Put the pineapple on the whole pizza. Remember, they want half pineapple, and the one is going to be tiki tiki. Tiki tiki with pineapple, garlic, feta cheese, artichoke hearts, and the chicken. And we're gonna spread some barbecue on top. And it's ready. Put it on the oven. Let it run.
Hello, baseball fans. I'm excited to announce that we are still offering 50% off pizza and 25% off bowling Monday and Tuesdays. Head on over to Snoqualmie Sahara Pizza. This deal will go through May.
We will be back from the break real soon. Still on commercial break at the moment. And we are back from the break. Now here's Cal Raleigh up to the plate, and he's really got to pick it up. Now, and that's going to be inside for a ball. Cal Raleigh is batting a brutal 161, 7 home runs, and 18 RBIs. He had one good week throughout the season, but that's about it. But he's really got to step up. He's been playing terrible against Houston, too. Now the pitch. Oh, man, that was just a meatball right there, and that's going to be strike one. Now we're at 1-1. And now the pitch. Now here's going to be a fly ball to foul. Every single time. Are the Mariners like the league leaders in like the most amazing foul balls? As now we're at 1-2 for Big Dumper. Now the pitch. Low for a ball. That's going to be 2-2. Now we are still at 2-2. And now the pitch. Swing and a miss at the dirt for strike 3. Probably giving how home run or bust they are in a pitcher's park. I know that they're at Houston, but still, it's a freaking hitter's park in Houston, too. Like, this should be a gimme for home runs, especially with Houston's bad pitching staff. Now, here's Randy Arozarena, and now the pitch, and that's going to be in there for a strike. I see the 2 of you on here. Hit that like button and subscribe. I'm pretty sure TK7, it probably is already. And now the pitch to Randy Arozarena. Foul ball. Batting .455, but with only 1 RBI throughout this road trip. 0 for 30, getting close to Jared Kelnick. Ugh. And now the 0-2. And now here's going to be a line drive, and that's going to drop in for a base hit. And Randy Arozarena gets on base with a single. Now we got Luke Raley coming up. Hoping he can do some damage. Now here's Luke Raley up to the plate. And it goes back. And Randy, you're not going to do that crap again, are you? Because I don't want you doing it again. Just stay. Don't steal. Now the pitch to Luke Raley. Low for a ball. It's going to be 2-0. Or 1-0 for Luke Raley. He has 8 home runs, batting .253 with 23 RBIs. He's having a much better season than Cal Raleigh is. As now we're at 1-0. Now the throw to first. Now it's either that the pitcher's Lambert is intimidated by Randy Arozarena, or he knows that Randy is just that bad of a base runner. Now we're at 1-0. And now the pitch. Way outside for a ball. That's going to be 2-0. Career versus Peter Lambert. He is 3 for 3 with a home run. Now we're at 2-0, the pitch. And that's going to be up high for a ball. Ball 3. Now we're at 3-0. Now the pitch. And that's going to be in there for a strike. You knew that it was coming to you, Luke Raley. So now we're at 3-1 still. We're at 3-1. Now the pitch. pitch out, and that's going to be ball 4. Randy was stealing, but it was a ball 4 anyway. And now we got J.P. Crawford up to the plate. Yeah, he's going to hit into a double play, isn't he? 2-1 with 1 out, but on deck will be Dom Canzone. And now we got 1-0. Now the pitch. And that's going to be still up high for a ball. That's going to be 2-0. As we're at 2-0. As we're at 2-0. Now the pitch. It's going to be a ground ball foul. It's going to be 2-1. Now we're at 2-1. The pitch. Way outside for a ball. That's going to be 3-1. Getting close to the bases loaded. Now we're at 3-1. Now the pitch. And that's going to be a strike. You might as well say that this is an automatic strikeout. We're at 3-2. You might as well call this a strikeout. Now the 3-2 pitch. Now here's going to be a fly ball, and that's going to be easily caught. No one can run anywhere because J.P. Crawford really is that useless. J.P. Crawford is so useless. Is there an exit clause on his contract for being this bad? Now here's Dom Canzone up to the plate. And now the pitch. And that's going to be in there for a strike. Now we're at 0-1, the pitch. Now here's going to be a liner, and that is going to be a base hit. And he bobbles the ball. I wonder if Randy Rosarena is going home. And there is no throw to the plate. And an RBI single by Dom Canzone. And the Mariners get on the board to make it 1-0 up against the Houston Astros. Randy Rosarena never stopped. And it really helped when the left fielder from Houston bobbled the ball. And now Mariners have a 1-0 lead. Nice hit by Dom Canzone, going to the opposite side, showing his clutch ability for at least this at-bat. And Randy never stopped, and he dove home for it. It's a nice hit by Dom Canzone. Now it's 1-0. Now the pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball, and that's going to get right through for a base hit. I wonder if this is going to score in. This is Luke Raley. The throw to the plate hit is not in time. And Luke Raley is safe, and now it is 2-0 Seattle. An RBI single by Cole Young, and very gutsy running by Luke Raley. And I wonder if Houston is going to challenge the call. And you got Cole Young. He was nice hit, getting right past the second baseman, Jose Altuve. Luke Raley never stopped, went with his gutsy running, also called in by the third base coach. and barely got in safe. Oh, I tried just hemorrhoid. I cannot pronounce your name. Spell it out for me. Mariners have 4 hard hit balls. Clutch Cole, Luke, hidden nukes. Well, he didn't exactly hit a nuke. Yeah, they needed that badly. Now the Mariners have a 2-0 lead. And now we got Brendan Donovan up to the plate. And now the pitch. Mariners, by the way, are 25th overall in offense. Absolutely atrocious. This season seems to be mirroring the 2024 Mariners season when their offense was about 21st at best. Also the worst strikeout team in all of baseball. As we're at 1-0 for Brendan Donovan, and now the pitch. And that's going to be popped up, and this is going to end the inning. It's a matter of who has it. Someone's got to talk. He makes the catch, and that's going to retire the side. Well, at least Mariners got 2 runs in there, but it's clearly not enough. Until then, enjoy my softball highlights.
There you go. Good hit. Go home. Go home.
Ooh.
Yes, you're up.
Run up. Roll to third. There you go. Yeah. Wow. Oh yeah, go, go, go! Go home, go home! Stay a second! Yeah! Let's go! Yeah, let's go! That's free.
And we are back from the break. They're showing that Cole Young amazing play from the Chicago game, and it really was an amazing play. If you don't think it was, then I don't know what is an amazing play. As we are back from the break, Cole Young, Zach Cole is now up to the plate. And now the pitch. It's going to be a swing and a miss. Yeah, the pitcher diving near home plate. Yeah, I know. Now the pitch. And that's going to be in there for a strike. It's going to be 1-2. Now we're at 1-2. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that's going to be strike 3, and we've got 1 away. Mariners' fielding percentage is strangely 4th in Major League Baseball. That's a stat that no one would believe. Now the pitch. That's going to be inside for a ball. Cole Young is already outplaying Jose Altuve this season. And now the pitch. And that's going to be up high for a ball. Cole Young has 21 RBIs versus Jose Altuve's 9 RBIs. And they have the same amount of home runs between each other. So we're at 2-0. And now the pitch. That's going to be a foul ball. That's going to be 2-1. As now we're at 2-1. Now the pitch. And that's going to be a fly ball to left field, but way foul. Was a nice hit, but didn't go the right way. We got 2-2 for Cam Smith. Now the pitch. Low for a ball. That's going to be 3-2 for George Kirby, or for Cam Smith, who's batting .212 this season. Now the pitch. And that's going to be foul ball. Sailing foul, that is. Now we're at 3-2. And now the 3-2 pitch. Still foul. Makes you wonder if it's only a matter of time until Cam Smith actually hits something, especially when you're fouling off like that. Especially constantly. Now it's 3-2. Now the pitch. It's going to be fouled again. Now it's 3-2. Now the pitch. Check swing. No, he did not go. That's going to be ball 4. Take your base. Now we got a man on first base, and it seems like Houston, they might actually just even up this game at this point. Bark in the Park, May 18th. Not that I will be there. Oh, Cal, there's a bird in the Mariners game right now, Mariners Astros game, and we're telling it to shoo. This is not a place for you. Get out of there. All right, Bird, you got to go. You don't want to end up like the bird from Randy Johnson. Like, you got to go. Get out of there. Okay, you're going to suffer your fate, aren't you? Here's Bryce Matthews. Now the pitch. It's going to be outside for a ball. Yeah, Cal Raleigh was just looking at that bird. Cal was trying to give it the death stare. And Cal Raleigh's like, shoo, shoo. That's going to be a strike. And that bird is still there. It's like, get in the shoe. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss. That's going to be strike 2. Man, what I'm seeing is I could see a ricochet. It's like Dylan Wilson is a first-time Major League umpire making his debut. Let's call up from AAA. Now the pitch. That's going to be a foul ball. Now we're at 1-2. Pitch. Still going to be low for a ball, 2-2. We got 1 out so far. Cam Smith at first. We're at 2-2. Swing and a miss, and that's going to be strike 3. Now we got 2 outs. Now we got the next batter, Schumacher. Now the pitch, and that's going to be a foul ball. Now we're at 0-1. That's going to be inside for a ball. Now it's 1-1. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that's going to be strike 2. George Kirby with another chance to get another strikeout. Now let's throw the second base. Nope. Crawford cannot catch a ball to save his life, but Cal Raleigh couldn't really throw on that one either, so that's on him. Now we're at 2-2. Runner at scoring position with 2 outs, 2-2. Now the pitch. Low for a ball. Now full count, 3-2. Squawk in the park now. Yep, that's a term to say. It's 3-2. Now the pitch. And now here's going to be a broken bat fly ball, but Luke Raley is there. And he makes the catch, and that's going to retire the side. We go to the top of the 3rd inning. Mariners do lead it 2-0.
Now sizzling at Apollo Mediterranean Greek Food, come enjoy our flat-top grilled Greek chicken and beef, Slovaki tender, juicy and bursting with Mediterranean flavor, served with savory yellow rice, fresh daily cut veggies for our crisp salads, homemade hummus, plus warm pita, and our signature tzatziki, perfect for a fresh filling meal made with care. cold beer available. Order now at apollogreekfood.com. Come visit us for a delicious meal and a cold beer. We'd love to serve you.
Commercial break is still ongoing. Now we are back from the break. Now the pitch. That's going to be a foul ball. This is Julio Rodriguez up to the plate. Now the pitch to Julio. That's going to be foul ball. Now we're at 0-2. Now the pitch. Now here's going to be a fly ball belted to deep left field, and that is gone. And that's a home run by Julio Rodriguez. Solo home run. Julio, 7th home run of the season. And it is now 3-0 Mariners. And they are just putting up the runs there. Yeah, it's just one run, but it is good. And it's definitely refreshing than what we saw against the Chicago series. And now it's 3-0. And now we got Josh Naylor up to the plate. That was absolutely blasted the moment the bat made contact. Beautifully hit by Julio. Julio, stop it. I hate the stupid trident. It's okay to do it at home, but don't be taunting it on the fans. Henry Bolte. Oh boy, I wonder what position he plays. Now the pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball foul. Yeah, Julio hitting very well. He has 7 home runs this season. And maybe it was a matter of time. Now it's going to be swing and a miss by Naylor. Now we're at 1-2 by Josh Naylor. Now the pitch. And that's going to be strike 3 called, and he's going to challenge it. Pretty sure it's just going to go towards the Astros way because we know how this works. Let's see what they say. Yep, and that's going to be strike 3 called. They're still showing Julio Rodriguez's home run. Now the pitch. It's going to be Cal Raleigh up to the plate. Now the pitch. And that's going to be popped up, jammed up, fouled. Now we're at 1-1. Now the 1-1 pitch. And he gets jammed up, popped up again. And he's going to be there, and he makes the catch. It's going to be 2 away. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that's going to be strike 1 to Randy Arozarena. Now here's going to be a ground ball, and that's going to get through for a base hit. And now we got Randy Arozarena at first base with 2 outs, though. But Mariners still have a chance to keep adding on to it. Now we got Luke Raley up to the plate. Now it's going to be throwback to first, and they really are keeping an eye on Randy Arozarena. Now here's Raley. Now the pitch. Now here's going to be a line drive caught. It was like fielded, it was ground ball fielded by Christian Walker. Good stop. And that's going to retire the side, but Julio Rodriguez blasts it away with a home run. We'll be back after this timeout.
Try our delicious burgers today. Satisfy your cravings with our mouth-watering burgers. Double cheeseburger with classic double beef patties with melted cheese, lettuce, tomatoes, onion and house sauce, a fresh, flavorful delight. Double bacon cheeseburger, crispy bacon, fried onions, barbecue sauce, and double cheese. Double guacamole bacon burger, double cheese, crispy bacon, guacamole, lettuce, tomatoes, onions, and our special house sauce. Pair any burger with fries with an ice-cold drink for the perfect meal. Come down and taste the difference. You can only find these burgers at our Snoqualmie Mexican food truck.
Yep, I got my Bring Back Our Sonic shirt. But at the same time, hope us Sonics fans are willing. Unfortunately, we're going to have to accept that Thunder are going to go to the Western Conference Finals again. And it only seems to be a formality. It's going to happen by tonight, by around 10 o'clock. It looks like we are back from the break. Cal Raleigh definitely got under that. They're showing the replay of his pop out. Now here's George Kirby going up against Christian Vasquez. Now the pitch. And that's going to be up high for a ball. Now the pitch. Check swing. Did he go? He did not. Now we're at 2-0. The pitch. Now here's going to be a line drive, and that's going to drop in for a base hit. Now you got a runner on first base, and seems that the Mariners just cannot get out of it cleanly. Now the pitch to Altuve. That's going to be a foul ball. Now we're at 0-1. Now the pitch. He gets jammed up, and that's fouled. We're at 0-2. Now the pitch, low for a ball. As we're now at 1-2. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that's going to be one away. But you got Yordan Alvarez up to the plate, and he could make a difference. And now the pitch. And that's going to be in there for a strike against Yordan Alvarez. Now the pitch. That's going to be a liner and fouled. Now the pitch way up high for a ball. Now we're at 1-2. Now the pitch. It's going to be a foul ball. Kirby is now up to 52 pitches, so he has pitched quite a bit. So that could get into the bullpen, and you're not going to get the good half of the bullpen either, since Dan Wilson wasted a ton of them in yesterday's game against Chicago. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Down he goes, and that's going to be 2 away. Now here's Isaac Paredes, and that's going to be a ball. Now we're at 1-0. Now the pitch. That's going to be in there for a strike. Very nice pitch by George Kirby. Now we're at 1-1. Now the pitch. It's going to be a ground ball foul. As now we're at 1-2. Now we're at 2-2 on Isaac Paredes. Now the pitch. That's going to be a foul ball. Now we're at 2-2. Now the pitch. Now here's going to be a liner to left field, and that is going to be a base hit. That could get the runner to third base. I would have tested it because Randy has a really terrible throwing arm. Surprised he didn't take that chance. Cal Raleigh was having a little bit of a chat. Now we're at, here's Christian Walker, the pitch. And now here's going to be a fly ball to left field. And that is going to be well out of play. That's going to be 0-1. Now we're at 0-1. Now the pitch. That's going to be foul ball. Now we're at 0-2. Now the pitch. That's going to be foul ball. Now it's 0-2. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That's going to retire the side. 3 strikeouts in a row three strikeouts by George Kirby in that inning. He's up to 6 strikeouts, but he's at 63 pitches going into the top of the 4th inning. Bottom of the 4th inning, that would be. So no, I don't feel too good about that.
There you
Nice,
go.
Joe.
Good hit. Go home. Go home.
Ooh.
Yes, you're up.
Run up. Roll to third. There you go. Yeah. Wow.
Oh yeah, go, go, go! Go home, go home! Stay a second! Yeah! Let's go! Yeah, let's go!
Now we're back from the break, and that's going to be a strike to J.P. Crawford as he is up to the plate. He's got some redeeming to do, considering that he did not have a good at-bat last time around. Now the pitch. Because now we're at 0-2 on J.P. Crawford. Now the pitch. Low for a ball. Now the pitch. Low for a ball. Now the pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball right to Christian Walker. Goes to the bag. That's going to be the first out of the inning. Now I got Dom Canzone, who helped score in the first run for the Mariners. Now here's Dom Canzone. Now the pitch. That's going to be inside for a ball. It's going to be up high for a ball for Canzone. And that's going to be a strike 2-1. As we're at 2-1. Now the pitch. It's going to be fouled again. That's going to be fouled once again. 2-2. We're at 2-2 again. The pitch and swing and a miss. Strike three. Ugly swing by Canzone. And that's going to be 2 away. Not good at bats by J.P. Crawford and Dom Canzone at all. Now the pitch to Cole Young, who scored in the other run. Now we're at 0-1 the pitch. That's going to be a ball, 1-1. Now the pitch. That's going to be fouled back. Still going to be 1-2. Now the pitch. Low for a ball. Now the pitch. It's going to be outside, 3-2, full count. That's going to be popped up, and that should be easily playable by Christian Vasquez. And he makes the catch, and that is a 1-2-3 inning for the Houston Astros. And we will be back after this timeout.
Senor, tell me how you make a thin crust Sahara pizza.
With your hands. Cornmeal.
Hello, baseball fans. I'm excited to announce that we are still offering 50% off pizza and 25% off bowling Monday and Tuesdays. Head on over to Snoqualmie Sahara Pizza. This deal will go through May.
And that's how you make a Sahara pizza. Beautiful thing.
Commercial break is still ongoing. Now the pitch. And that's going to be outside for a ball. Kirby's now at 64 pitches here in the bottom of the fourth inning. I am very nervous. It's going to go into the bullpen, and they might screw it up. 3 runs is clearly not enough. And that's going to be a strike. And we got one out. Wonder if that was a strikeout. It was a strikeout. Now it's a 7th strikeout for George Kirby. Now the pitch, and that's gonna be it's gonna be outside for a ball. Now the 1-0. It's gonna be up high. Now it's gonna be 2-0. That's gonna be a foul ball. We're at 2-2. It's gonna be up high. It's gonna be 3-2. Now the pitch. And that's gonna be ball 4. Take your base. Now the pitch. Up high for a ball, and George Kirby seems to be struggling a little bit. Now they're having a chat. Now we're at 1-0. Got a man on first base. Got Matthews at the plate. Now the pitch. It's going to be outside for a ball. We're at 2-0 for Matthews. Now the pitch. And that's going to be a strike. We're at 2-1. That's going to be outside for a ball, 3-1. Kirby's not looking too good. He's been getting out of innings, but he's not had a clean inning. Now the pitch. It's going to be check swing foul. Now Now we're at 3-2. Now the pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball. Could be double play ball. Toss over to second. Throw to first. Nope. Cole Young could not go to first base. That's going to be in there for a strike for Schumacher. Now here's going to be a ground ball right to Naylor, and that's going to be out. And the Mariners get out of that inning going into the 5th inning. George Kirby is now at 81 pitches.
Now sizzling at Apollo Mediterranean Greek Food, come enjoy our flat-top grilled Greek chicken and beef, Slovaki tender, juicy and bursting with Mediterranean flavor, served with savory yellow rice, fresh daily cut veggies for our crisp salads, homemade hummus, plus warm pita, and our signature tzatziki, perfect for a fresh filling meal made with care. Cold beer available. Order now at apollogreekfood.com. Come visit us for a delicious meal and a cold beer. We'd love to serve you.
Yeah, definitely need some insurance runs, that's for sure. Because George Kirby's he just hasn't had that much of clean innings. See, this is a game where if Dan Wilson pulls out George Kirby after the 5th inning, then yes. But here's the problem. Yesterday, it was because they yanked him on basically a borderline no-hitter kind of game. That's what I was upset about. And we are back from the break. Now here is Brendan Donovan, now the pitch. And that's going to be in there for a strike. Now we're at 0-1. Now here's going to be a liner to right field. Foul. It was a nice hit, but it went the wrong way. How long will Cal? I'll say 35, Raiders of the Realms. Now there's going to be a ground ball right to first, and that's going to be out. I did have a cold flick of the switch, but it is much better than it was before. It was a lot worse last week. Last Monday was when I had the sore throat. Now I don't have it anymore, thankfully. Now the pitch, that's going to be a foul ball. Oh boy. You're really going to that hantavirus joke, aren't you? Don't even think about it. Now there's going to be a ground ball right to third, to throw to first. And not in time. An infield base hit for Julio Rodriguez. Now we got Josh Naylor up to the plate. No, I was not on a cruise. No, I don't go on cruises. Not a pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball, double play ball, throw to second, throw to first in time for the double play. And that's going to retire the side. Doesn't even give George Kirby enough rest and no insurance runs. And now this could be George Kirby's last inning. So if I were the Mariners, somehow try to get out of the bottom of the fifth and then the top of the sixth is where you really got to score runs, or else you're going to be in trouble.
Senor, tell me how you make a thin crust Sahara pizza.
With your hands. Cornmeal.
Hello, baseball fans. I'm excited to announce that we are still offering 50% off pizza and 25% off bowling Monday and Tuesdays. Head on over to Snoqualmie Sahara Pizza. This deal will go through May.
And that's how you make a Sahara pizza. Beautiful thing.
Wow. You really had to go there, flick of the switch. You and the jokes, man. Now we are back from the break. Now the pitch is going to be swing and a miss. Kirby's still on the mound, but he's at 83 pitches. Don't know how much he has left. Now here's going to be a ground ball right to Cole Young. Throw to first. It's going to be in time, and that's going to be one away. Now the pitch. Now it's gonna be a base hit right over the head of J.P. Crawford. Somehow he couldn't field that. Kind of want to see what that looked like, though. Yeah, J.P. Crawford looked like he didn't make a good effort on that. Now the pitch. And that's going to be a strike to Yordan Alvarez. There is one out, though. Now we're at 0-1. Now the pitch. It's going to be low for a ball. Now we're at 1-1. Now the pitch. It's going to be outside for a ball. That's going to be a ground ball foul. That's going to be popped up and fouled. Kevin Gosman getting rocked tonight. Only 4 and a 2. 10 hits, 7 runs, 6 earned. 2,000 strikeouts. Yeah. Now here's 2-2 to Yordan Alvarez. Now the pitch. Now here's going to be a line drive, and that's going to be foul ball. No, it's not going to be a foul ball. I wish it was. And now the throw to second. No. So it's going to be runners on first and third. And with the way that they're hitting, it's only seems only a matter of time until Houston scores. We got Bizzardo in the bullpen and Criswell. Doesn't make you feel too good about that. Got to get out of it with a double play. Now the pitch. And that's going to be in there with a strike. Now we're at 0-1. Now the pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball, and that's going to get through for a base hit. And that went right through J.P. Crawford. He easily could have got that one, and that could have been at least a force out at second or maybe some kind of a double play. But I think anyone above J.P. Crawford's level would have performed that double play. J.P. Crawford's awful defense again. Any average shortstop completes the double play. JP does it again with bad defense, and that needs to be pointed out because that defense was absolutely atrocious. Now the pitch, so that's going to be up high for a ball. Now the pitch. That's going to be a ground ball, could be double play ball, throw to second, and JP doesn't even make an attempt to throw to first base. Like, what was that all about? We got 2 outs, but that should have been, I wonder if... But no, it's because no one was at first base. No one was paying attention. Man, George, pay attention. Now we're at 3-1. Now here's Cole. Now the pitch. And that's going to be in there for a strike. Now the pitch. That's going to be a ball. Now it's going to be 1-1. Now we're at 1-1. Now the pitch. And that's going to be a ball again. That's going to be 2-1. Now we're at 2-1. Now the pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball. This should do it. And tosses to Crawford, and that is going to be in time. That awful defense by J.P. Crawford has me confused why he's even a fan favorite. His bat isn't even that good either. Now it's going into the top of the 6th inning.
Taco lovers, this one's for you. Come enjoy tacos auténticos at Snoqualmie Mexican food truck, packed with flavor, made with love, and always fresh. Try our carne asada, al pastor con piña, and more. Topped with cebolla, cilantro, y a squeeze of lime. Pair it with a cold drink and relax at our outdoor seating. Perfecto para disfrutar. Find us at the Snoqualmie Mexican food truck, open daily. Ven con hambre, sal fies.
Yeah, the Mariners are going to have to score like at least something like 10 runs or so just to make sure of it. Now here's Cal Raleigh up to the plate. Now the pitch. He gets jammed up, jams himself up, and gets pops up and fouled. They won't let him because, I mean, here's the thing. If they won't allow Logan Gilbert to go into the 7th inning with 87 pitches pitching a one-hitter, what makes you think that they're going to do that for George Kirby when he is like, what, 99 pitches? It's not going to happen. That's going to be popped up to left field, and there, and he makes the catch. Now here's Randy Arozarena. That's going to be low for a ball. Now it's 2-1 for Randy Arozarena. It's going to be fouled back, and that's going to be strike 2. Now we're at full count, 3-2. Now the pitch. And a swing and a miss, strike 3. That's going to be 1 away. That's going to be a strike for Luke Raley. Got 2 outs. Now we're at 1-2. And swing and a miss, strike 3. And talk about an easy 1-2-3 inning. And this is where things are going to get dangerous and out of control, especially with the bullpen potentially coming in, and they could potentially screw this up, especially with only a 2-run lead, which is clearly not enough. I mean, I very much believe that they are going to pull George Kirby out. Still waiting to see what they're going to do with George Kirby. And yep, they're going to go to the bullpen. Yeah, they're not going to give him one more inning because he didn't have a clean inning. But with the Mariners offense, this James, how's it going? James G 1880. Thanks for being here. Hit that subscribe button as I do cover Mariners games. So looks like you're my 2996 subscriber. I am getting close to 3,000. If anyone can hit that subscribe button, that will definitely help me get to the magic number to 3,000. And we are back from the break. I mean, George Kirby didn't have the greatest game, but he still was resilient. This is Davila. He's got 2 innings in, no earned runs so far. The bullpen is extremely thin. Now here is Cam Smith, and now the pitch. That's going to be a foul ball. With only a 2-run lead, it is clearly not going to be enough. Now the pitch. Now there's going to be a ground ball right to Cole Young. Throw to first on the bounce, and that's going to be barely in time. That's going to be, we're at 0-1 right now for Matthews. Now it's 1-1. It's going to be low for a ball. Now the pitch. That's going to be still 2-2. Already a struggle already in this inning. Now the pitch. That's going to be, it's going to now be 3-2. This is where things can get dangerous. If you walk, you are going to risk. I mean, you got the top of the lineup getting really close. Now the pitch. And that's going to be strike 3 called and doesn't even challenge the call. And it's too late, too. And he should have challenged that because I think he had a case. And that's going to be 2 outs. Oh, I think he had a good case. It's gonna be a swing and a miss. That's gonna be a strike 1 or what was called. Now it's Schumacher. Now the pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball, and that's going to get through for a base hit. And now you got a runner on first base, getting close to the top of the lineup. It's really cutting it close, and it's going to get dangerous. You really want to finish this inning really fast, so that way you don't have to get into Eduardo Bizardo. And you're not going to have Jose Ferrer. He's not going to be available. You'll have Munoz only if he's closing, but I wouldn't be too confident about that. Now the pitch. That's going to be a ball. They got Criswell in the bullpen. Munoz is awaiting. It looks like they're not going to use Bizardo after all. Got 2 outs. Now the pitch. Now here's going to be a fly ball to center field, and Julio should be there. And he makes the catch, and that's going to be ending the inning, going into the top of the 7th inning. Okay inning by Davila on 14 pitches, but I don't know if he can use him again for the next inning. Shoemake. Umpire in the A's game yesterday kept refusing late challenges too. I mean, you should refuse to allow late challenges. You think you should bring in? You think they should bring in Davila in the 7th? Especially, but when you got the top of the lineup, though, that's where it's going to be risky. But you don't really have anyone, so I think that's where you maybe should have. But man, you don't even have Gabe Spire either. So it's not really an ideal situation right now. There's J.P. Crawford. That's going to be outside for a ball. I mean, Mariners really have to keep putting up runs. Like, there is no excuses. Like, a 2-run lead is not going to be enough with this bullpen. Now it's going to be a ground ball right to Christian Walker. Easy play. And he goes to the bag, and that's going to be 1 out already. Now the pitch, low for a ball for Dom Canzone. Like, any kind of insurance runs will really, really help. And now the pitch to Dom Canzone. And that's going to be outside for a ball. As now we're at 2-0. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that's going to be strike 1. Now the pitch. That's going to be a foul ball. Just wouldn't count on it. Not a 2-run lead. Still have the sniffles, though. And now we're at 2-2 on Canzone. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that's going to be 2 outs. Believe it or not, Lambert is still pitching. It's at 92. He's got 6 strikeouts. Wonder how much that helped my fantasy baseball team. I mean, I think he's going to have a no decision unless they keep him going. Now here's Cole Young. That's going to be low for a ball. And that's going to be low for a ball. I'm tied in strikeouts, so good thing I started the Astros starting pitcher. Now we're at 2-0. Now we're at 2-1 for Cole Young. Now we're at 2-1 still. Now the pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball right to Altuve, second baseman versus second baseman, and that's going to retire the side. A 1-2-3 inning, and this gives the Astros definitely the momentum. But before we see how much momentum the Astros are going to get, it is time to sing the 7th inning stretch. Flick of the switch, get out of here. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back, so let's root for the Mariners. If they don't win, it's a shame. Oh, they're going to lose, and it's going to be a massive shame, especially with only a 2-run lead with an absolute depleted bullpen. 4, it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Hello, Eloy. Oh, no, said we gotta go. Yeah. Loe. Oh, baby, said we gotta go. A fine little girl, she waiting for me. No, she's not. Gotcha, ship across the sea. Oh, ship all alone. And we are back from the break. And who is going to be on the bullpen? It's going to be Cooper Criswell. Criswell has earned 4 runs, though. And this is a good chance for the bullpen of the Astros to really get some runs in. And I think they very much have a good chance. You got Altuve and you got Alvarez. Now the pitch. And that's going to be a ball. Now the pitch. And that's going to be inside for a ball. And that's going to be a strike 2-1. And the pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball, diving stop by Donovan, throw to first. That's going to be in time. What a play by Brendan Donovan. And now that's going to be 1 out. And now it's 1-0. Now the pitch. And that's going to be a swing and a miss to Yordan Alvarez. That's going to be strike 1. Batting .318. Very dangerous. Now the pitch. And now here's a fly ball and fouled. And that's going to be strike 2. Now we're at 1-2. Now the pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball. Now the pitch. And swing and a miss. Strike 3. Cooper Criswell strikes out the mighty Yordan Alvarez. And now we've got one away. Now the pitch. And a swing and a miss, and that's going to be a strike. Now the pitch. As we're at 2-1 for Isaac Paredes. Now the pitch. Now it's going to be a check swing, but that's going to be a ground ball. What are you doing? Hustle, JP. Throw to first. That's going to be in time. That's going to retire the side, and that's going to be an easy 1-2-3 inning for Cooper Criswell. Good job, Criswell. Throwing a 1-2-3 against Altuve, Alvarez, and Paredes. That was a really good inning. It was a really good outing. I mean, the question is, can you really go through it one more time? I mean, I think I would. It was a very solid. And we are back from the break. Now here's Brendan Donovan. Now the pitch. And that's going to be in there for a strike. That's going to be swing and a miss, strike 2. Donovan is 0 for 3. He has really struggled today. Now the pitch. It's going to be outside for a ball. One and two. Now the pitch. That's going to be fouled again. 1-2. Now the pitch. Now here's going to be ground ball right to the pitcher, O'Care. And that's going to be another out. That's going to be out. 1 out. Now we got Julio Rodriguez. Now here's Julio up to the plate. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that's going to be strike 1. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. What in the world are you swinging at? How's it going, OKC No Face? Excited for your trip to the Western Conference Finals? It seems to be just a formality. At this point, you winning the championship, another getting a repeat, also just seems to be a formality. Now the pitch, that's going to be a foul ball. Now we're at 0-2. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that is going to be 2 outs. Awful, atrocious at bat by Julio Rodriguez. Like, what are you swinging at? Just absolutely terrible at bat by Julio. Like, why are you even swinging at crap? Like, you don't have to swing, and you were literally swinging it. Look at that. It should be 3-1. Now the pitch to Naylor. That's going to be a strike. Now it's 0-1 to Naylor. Swing and a miss, strike 2. As we're at 0-2. Now the pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball right to Paredes. Throw to first in time, and that is going to be a 1-2-3 inning. Well, it's going to go into the 8th inning. And I wonder if they're going to just waste their bullpen. It could happen. Or I wonder if they're going to stay with Cooper Criswell. I mean, it remains to be seen. And we are back from the break, and it's going to be Eduardo Bizzardo. He is going to be on the bullpen, and they are just wasting it. Now here's Christian Walker. Now the pitch. And that is going to be a strike. Now we're at 1-1. Now the pitch. It's 2 balls and a strike. Now the pitch, low for a ball. It's going to be 3-1. And this is where I'm getting really worried. You're in the bottom of the 8th inning. Now and it's going to be foul ball, strike 2. Now the pitch. Ball 4, take your base. And now you got Cole up to the plate, and now this is where things will get very, very dangerous. That's going to be a strike. It's going to be 0-1. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that's going to be strike 2. Caught him on a nasty one. Now we're at 0-2. Now the pitch, low for a ball. Now the pitch. And that's going to be strike 3 called, and that is going to be 1 out. Now we got 1 out, and it's for Cam Smith. And that's going to be strike 2. So we're at 0-2. Now the pitch. Up high for a ball. And swing and a miss, strike 3, and that's going to be 2 outs. Now it's going to be Matthews up to the plate. Now here's Matthews up to the plate. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that's going to be strike one. Man, the bullpen's going to be very thin tomorrow, but you have Jose Ferrer, but you're not going to have Bizardo, though. But who else are you really going to have? As we're at 0-1. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that's going to be strike two. And now the pitch. And that's going to be strike three called. An unbelievable inning for Eduardo Bizardo. A 1-2-3 inning. And now we go into the top of the ninth inning. I'm telling you, score more runs. You're going to have to. And they're going to have to do it with Cal Raleigh, Randy Arozarena, and Luke Raley. I don't know how they're going to do it. I don't know how they're going to pull it off. I really don't know. I don't really have much confidence. Now here's Cal Raleigh up to the plate, the pitch. Now here's going to be a line drive to left field and sliding catch. And that's going to be one away already. Now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. Now we're at 0-1 for Arozarena. Now the pitch. Way up high for a ball. That's going to be 1-1. Now we're at 1-2. Now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. The Sonics are not back yet officially. There's still a lot of hurdle to be done. There was a delay on the expansion vote. Could be fall of 26 instead. So there's still a lot of work to do. Now the pitch. Now it's going to be a ground ball right to the third baseman. Throw to first. Nice throw by Paredes. And that's going to be 2 outs. And I'll give it to Randy. He actually at least did hustle on that. It's not hasn't happened yet, OKC No Face. It's still not yet. Yeah, Brandy was out all right. And now we got switch hitting. Not switch hitting. We're going to Rob Refsnyder. Come on! Let Luke Rayleigh hit! Now the pitch. And that's going to be a strike. Oh, come on. Let Luke hit versus a lefty. Now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. It's going to be strike 2 already. As we're at 0-2 for Rob Refsnyder. Now the pitch. Now here's going to be a line drive, and that's going to be a fair ball. And I think that's only going to be, is it going to be a double? Nope, it's going to be a single. But I guess it worked out. Refsnyder got a hit anyway. Luke Rayleigh was 0 for 2, though. But he did walk. But now Refsnyder gets a hit. But now you're going to have J.P. Crawford, who's probably going to mess it up. And now here's J.P. Now the pitch. And that's going to be up high for a ball. Stop jinxing it, man. Just go watch some Oklahoma basketball. Kicking the Lakers' butts. Which is happening now. Now the pitch. It's going to be outside for a ball. As we're at 2-0 for J.P. Crawford. Now the pitch. I know OKC No Face. What a disastrous idea that would have been. As we're at 3-0 for JP. And I would say red light. Don't even bother swinging. Now the pitch. And that's going to be a strike. Be careful what you wish for, right? Because he ends up not swinging it. It's going to be a strike. I think he's going to try to go for a strike again. Now the pitch. And that's going to be strike 2. And JP could not believe it. It was a strike, you genius. And now here's what you do. Pitch at the dirt, and he's going to fall for it. As now we're at 3-2 for JP Crawford. Now the pitch. Now it's going to be a high chopper, but it's going to be easy play. Go to first, going to be in time. And watching JP Crawford not even hustle that at all. And that's going to retire the side. Now it's going to be Munoz to blow the save. Yeah, I think he really could have just ran that out, but he doesn't even run those out. I mean, watching JP has just been absolutely frustrating. I think it's going to be Shoemake Vasquez and Altuve. But it's really going to cut it close. But knowing Munoz is going to walk, I would definitely put my money on the Astros winning this. Meanwhile, people in Vegas, or at least Kalshi, just put their money on the Astros. We are back from the break. Munoz has 10 earned runs in his 15 innings pitched. Now we got Shoemake. And if I were them, just red light the entire time. You're not going to get strikes. Now the pitch. And that's going to be a strike. I stand corrected. 90, just a 97 mile an hour fastball. Don't like the looks of that. Now we're at 0-1 for Munoz. Now the pitch. Now it's going to be a high chopper to JP. He has it throw to first. That's going to be in time, and that's going to be one away. Now the magic number is just 2. It was a chopper, and that easily could have been badly fielded by JP. And don't get me wrong, JP Crawford, he does have talent and athletic ability. He just has absolutely no range and no fundamentals. But he does get the out. Now we got DiZenzo. He's now going to be the pinch hitter. But you got to get him out fast, because after this, you're going to have the top of the lineup. You're going to have Alvarez and Jose Altuve, and that's where it gets dangerous. Now the pitch. And that's going to be in there for a strike. 5 strikeouts, 5 strikes away from winning this game, potentially. And that was a 100 mile an hour fastball by Munoz. Now we're at 0-1. And now here's a fly ball to center field. But Julio's going to be there. And he makes the catch, and that is going to be 2 away. Now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. Or actually, no, this could be playable for Naylor. And just out of reach. And that is going to be out of play. Now we're at 0-1. Now the pitch. And strike 2. And it's game time, hopefully. Now the pitch. It's going to be outside for a ball. Just 1 strike away. And now here is the pitch. And now here's going to be a line drive, and that is going to be a base hit. And now you got Yordan Alvarez at the plate. You were just literally 1 strike away from finishing this game. But now you got Alvarez, who is probably going to tie this game. And this ball game is far from over. Now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball, strike one. I mean, this could potentially end real ugly. As now we're at 0-1. Now the pitch. It's going to be low for a ball. That is going to be 1-1. Now we're at 1-1 again. And now the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike two. And it's game time. I shouldn't even say that. JP did get a gold glove. He's just 31 years old. No, he is getting old. As we're at 1-2 for Yordan Alvarez. I mean, if there was a lefty in there, I mean, this game would have been over. He would have just tanked it. So we're at 1-2. And now the pitch. And that's going to be fouled again. That was on a 101 right down the middle. I mean, Yordan should have tanked that one. Now, if I'm Munoz, try to hit one in the dirt. If you can. Try to fool Alvarez. But he's also not an idiot either. As we're at 1-2. And time has been called. We're still at 1-2. And now the pitch. Low for a ball. And that was just too obvious. I mean, why does it feel like that one more strike feels like 10? Why does one more strike feel like 10? Feels like Alvarez is going to tie this. As we're at 2-2. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike three. And the ball game is over. The Mariners win 3-1 on a huge strikeout to Yordan Alvarez, thrown by Andres Munoz. He finally gets the save, and the Mariners take game one of this 4-game set. You can thank it. You can thank the following. You can thank Dom Canzone. You can thank Luke Raley. Luke Raley with a hustle by Cole Young, and Julio Rodriguez with a huge home run, and also huge credit to the bullpen. Credit to these following. We got Davila, who only allowed a hit, got a strikeout. Criswell with a 1-2-3 with a strikeout. Bizardo, three strikeouts. And Munoz getting the save. And what a finish it was for the Mariners. What a finish it was. And I got to get rolling because I got to get my voice all restored. Don't really have much to say. I won't be here tomorrow because don't quit your day job. Wednesday, I'm not going to be here also because of don't quit your day job. But Thursday is a maybe for now. Anyways, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. And let's see what the total counts are before I take off is for this Mariners game. I'm still 4 subscribers away from 3,000. Only overall 48 people viewed total. But I don't really care. The Mariners won either way. But I am going to eventually transition and take off. All right. Everyone, thank you. Thank you very much. Everyone, have a good night. What a win for the Mariners. If you intend to go to the next Mariners game or any event, use my promo code RoofTopSports to get $20 off the purchase. And go Mariners!